All right. Good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back. Happy Monday. We're back. The new month has started. November is here, and we're 1 day away, finally getting over with this whole election thing. So I personally think it's going to be a exciting, not the fourth, okay? Because from what they're making it sound like, the election might not be resolved probably another couple of days, maybe even longer with all these mail-in ballots. So that's going to make this market so volatile. You're going to see one industry moving and the other industry moving and whatever. Or if it's a blowout, then obviously we'll find out. So looking forward to it. We'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow. But I want to get straight to what's going on today. I don't know what's going on with all these damn electric company stocks. I mean, we're looking at NEO. NEO had some really good news. What was the news on it? NEO shares traded higher after the company announced it had delivered 5,000 vehicles in October 2020, which represents an increase of 100% from year to year. Wow, that's a lot of cars. You know what's amazing? I didn't even know there was that many cars. I mean, I knew about the NEO, which it's that Chinese copycat of Tesla. But there's so many of them out there. There's a few of them that are moving. I mean, we have them all in there. We've been talking about them for a while. Let me just bring some of them up. Which one do we have? We had LI. Okay, hold on. LI. This stock is a new public. They're all going public, by the way. LI, XPEV is another one. You could see they're like all IPOs. They had something to do with it. What else was there? Workhorse, WHKHS. It's another one. You can see they're up. Big Solo, another one, and FSR is actually the new one that just came out. That was the new new IPO that just came public. That one's doing pretty decent. The only one that hasn't really been moved is Nikola. We killed it on Nikola. That was a fun stock. I'm gonna need to go back and talk about that one. But there's just so many of them out there. I mean, like, it's this. That's obviously, you saw the Hummer commercial came out. GE's getting into it. A lot of them are getting into it. So we'll see what ends up happening. And what else we had? So anyway, before we start going into the watch list and so on, just want to touch upon last week, what happened. So we have bunch of new people that are starting here at CyberTrading University. Hold on, let me share my screen a little bit bigger so people on YouTube and Facebook Live could see. We had a lot of people that started that are starting today. So listen, just regarding everybody that's new here at CyberTrading University, that is in the cyber group room. And if you're on YouTube, you want to get in, just click on the bottom and like us. We'll get you in. But all you have to do is look, listen, and learn. And I will repeat this, and then you're going to hear from the instructors in the room. Do not, and I repeat, do not buy anything that we're doing. We did not train you. You don't know why we're buying it, why we're selling it. All you're looking to do is to judge us on our losers and how few we have. That's the only thing, the reason why you're here, okay? And you want to see how everyone interacts with each other, and we don't tell them what to do. They already know what to do, and hopefully you're going to be that lucky one that's going to be like, you know what, I could do this too. All right, so regarding about last week, there was a couple of stocks that we traded. The market was so damn volatile last week. Where are we at right now? I mean, are we up or down? I think we're up a little bit now. But the market was just like, we had some crazy volatility. And all it had to do about the coronavirus. You knew they were not going to get this budget resolved. I mean, come on, it sounded great. But come on, 3 weeks before the election, a month before the election, it's not happening. But they will come up probably within the next week or so. So the market's up really nice. We're up 45% today, points up on the Dow. So that looks pretty good. As long as, I told you this earlier, as long as we stay above 26,000, that is a major support level. You do not want to break past that. But a couple of stocks that we traded just at last week. Just want to talk about Twitter. That stock is getting hammered, and it's getting hammered again. Let me just tell you what I think is going to happen, which I was talking to a bunch of traders over the weekend. I'm surrounded in a community all of market makers and traders. If Trump gets elected, Twitter, Facebook, what else? Google, all these stocks might get crushed because, after what happened with all the, being on Congress and what happened with censoring, they're going to want to get rid of that 250 rule. And believe me, they're going for the kill so I would be really cautious that if some of you own this as a swing trade, you can see Twitter's obviously, I think Twitter's the most hated company in the Republican Party, actually. So it's been a great short for us, but if he does win, let me tell you, be careful of these stocks because they're gonna go after them really, really hard, and it's gonna really kind of more or less hurt them, regarding about litigation or something like that. And you know what? It's not even that. I think what's gonna happen is, um, I think Google's might get hurt too a little bit, or maybe even a lot. If you ever do a search and forget about the politics part of it, but you ever notice like anybody can write anything bad about anybody and it always shows up on the top, but anything that's good doesn't even show up about, listen, they're extortionists out there that will just write bad about anybody, even about us, CTU, they'll do it. Just it could be competitors, could be whatever, just jealous people. I've been extorted so many times by companies. But they're going to get rid of that. They're going to go after that because it's not about freedom of speech. They're going to go after these companies, and I think that's really part of it. And not only it's for Republicans, Democrats too. They also feel the same thing because they're all being harassed. So I think these stocks are going to have some big issues depending after this election. But let me tell you, this rally or crash could go on for a couple of days. So let's see what happens for tomorrow. But Twitter though, obviously really getting pretty hammered, pretty big. TCDA is another one that was also, we traded last week, stock well, and BLRX, that also stock went from like $2 to $3. You can look at the long-term chart. Stock did pretty well too. I'm going to probably throw this back on my watch list because this one looks pretty not bad. BLRX. Another huge winner of last week for some of you that were not here was Pinterest. Pinterest, we killed it last week. A lot of us own it right around $35. Stock ran almost to 70. I'm a little disappointed because I thought the stock was going to break out, but once it broke that major support level, the gap fill, I kind of got out. I got out right around 63. I could have got out at 68, but I wrote it down. But you know what? Great traders never buy at the bottom, sell top. We always buy in between. Still a fan of Pinterest, but I just telling everybody I sold it. I got out of it. One easy trade over the weekend, which I think a lot of you did jump in, was basically Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts got bought out. Whoever thought like Arby's, which they own a bunch of stuff. They own Sonic, they own everything else. But they're going to go private. And Dunkin' Donuts, congratulations for all the employees. I love to hear companies that get bought out. That's what corporate America is all about, being public. And that's why a lot of companies like to come to the United States and run in our stock market because they get these opportunities. And the stock did really well. You could have bought it on Friday, and you could see, I'm going to just fix the chart, make it 2 days so you guys can see a little bit better. But that stock literally gapped up about $5-6. So that was a nice little win. It was expensive, but it was almost like a 90% guarantee. So, I mean, you know what? Buy on rumors, sell on news. All right, what else we got going on? So a couple of stocks we're going to keep on. We're going to keep an eye on all those all those electric car companies. A couple other ones that did make the A list. ABIO. So this one, this stock, a lot of you remember this stock. We traded it back in June. It ran from 7, ran to 22. Was a great short squeeze. She's up a little bit. She's testing some support levels. I saw some iceberg orders right around here. I want to keep an eye on that. I'm also going to keep an eye on LU. We did really well with that on Friday, right at the open. But stock has got nasty shakes, guys. Be careful. You know everything about the shake students. They go out there and you got to know how to play the shakes. That's why you can't go broke always taking a profit. There was another stock this morning, but she's pretty much died. I don't know what happened with this stock, but ISIG. I saw it earlier this morning. Had a nice pop, 90 cents to $1.30. She's got some big support levels here at $1, but it is a penny stock, so be very careful of that one. What else that we had here? The ANPC. It's another one I found this morning. A lot of volume trading on this stock. 5 million shares. It's an algo stock. So we all know about how trading algos. It's holding pretty here, kind of flat right here on 425. She's trading, within that range, 25, 450. She breaks out just right below 450. If they could take that iceberg order, the stock could really kind of take off. And what else we had? I think did we bring up the BDVA BT? That was another one, right? So that one also, I think it's a buyout too from the way it looks like it, but it's not really going anywhere. But listen, it's Monday, and let me tell you something. It's the day before an election. I'm telling you, a lot of people not going to do anything crazy. You're not going to see a lot of news come out, regarding about companies' buyouts or earnings or whatever it is. But keep an eye on the industries. We've been talking about for 2 months now, and you can go back and go on YouTube and you can look at the classes, the industries that we told you to be careful to look out for. So it could be a very fun, volatile market. But just remember, all you cyber traders out there, okay? Word of wisdom: take the money and run. Do not fall in love until somebody gets elected, and then you see that industry. Then that's something that you could think about a swing trade or an investment down the road. But as of right now, it is going to be one hell of a roller coaster ride. All right. So I don't know where the hell we're going regarding about with this, but let's not get too crazy. And it is Monday. We all know about Mondays. There's not a lot of action going on. All right. So let's also be careful of that. So yeah. So listen, cash is king, and that's what you got to focus on. All right, guys. So you got the watch list. Be careful. Be safe. And for everybody here, we'll be back here at 2:30, and we'll see how we'll trade the afternoon. We'll see how things work out. But I expect it's going to be pretty exciting. A lot of fireworks going on this week. All right, guys. Good luck today. Happy trading. Be safe.